Hello and welcome back. Hope you're all doing well, and I'm really excited to put this new series of videos together. So it's been a full-on couple of weeks. I don't like using the word busy, but it's been full-on and all go, systems go, but in a really positive way. So 3rd of October was the London and Loch Ness marathons. We had quite a few of our clients taking part in those. James and I then went away for a week. We were meant to, this was a trip that he'd got me for Christmas and was also meant to be a post-marathon treat for me to recover. Said marathon didn't happen for me, but we still went and it was an amazing time. I've done a bit of a vlog about that. And then whilst we were away, the Manchester Marathon happened. So we had probably, I'd say, over 30 runners running over those 2 weekends alone. And the energy, the buzz, the build up, I genuinely can't describe the feeling and emotion. It's given me goosebumps that the Running Hub has built, what we've created, and the support. It just is insane. I genuinely can't describe it. Like when I first started coaching, I literally would just start coaching athletes and they'd start to get to know one another because I'd, you know, have support groups and a network for them. But because of the pandemic, it was just like I was your coach, you were my athlete, and then you were the group of athletes, and that was kind of it. Whereas because of the pandemic, it forced us to kind of create this community to keep everyone in contact. And now people are friends with people that they hadn't even met before. They might be at different sides of the country. When they've gathered at races, they've met one another, and you kind of feel like you know one another already because of the support that you've had on your training journey through this whole process. And we've had people running together, people supporting each other through finish lines. It's just been amazing. So coupled with this like amazing energy that we've got going on right now and the actual time for me to relax and take some reflection and chill out time, it's kind of made me all fired up to be like, what is next for you? Like what is next for me and where am I going to take my training journey? So I want to start filming videos again on a weekly or a bi-weekly basis, just talking about my training, things that are just going on at home, making it a bit more vloggy, because in the past I've done like training videos and like basically like weekly training, but it's quite a lot to make sure that every time you're out for a run you film what you're doing. And sometimes for me, and I'm sure for you, running for us is like escapism, and it's that time to have a bit of free time. And then I don't want to feel like I'm forced to always get my camera out to film every single run or talk about every single run, because sometimes it's just about that purity of doing the run. So yeah, I kind of want to make it a bit of a blend, a bit of a mix, a merge of everything, because running's not everything for your training. There's all the accessory work around it, the stretching, mobility, the strength work, the core work, the recovery, the sleep, the nutrition. Everything around it helps you to run better and become a better runner. So that's kind of where this is. And I've just had a new kind of lease of life, I think, by going away and deciding like what I want to do and how I want to sort of film a bit more and take you all on this journey with me. So this is where we're at now. All of the hub members are like, what do I do next? When's my next marathon? Or I want to do a half marathon. I've got all these big targets. It's just really inspiring. So for me, I love the London Marathon. That is like, it was my first marathon in 2014. I've done it in 2017, 18 and 19. I was due to do it in I actually chose not to do it in 2020 because I wanted a break from marathons, and hello, I've had this huge break from marathons now. My last one was 2019 New York. I was training for one this year, but I unfortunately got a fracture in my ankle. That was just a random freak accident. And so I then had a place for London, and the idea was I was going to run a sensible marathon in the spring to get the experience back and then run a PB at London. Obviously neither of those marathons happened, and I didn't actually withdraw my place for London until literally a couple of days before. Like I was just gutted, and I can feel the emotion here now. And I know it seems silly because some people that aren't runners were like, oh, well, it's just London, you'll do it again. But to me, London means a lot. It really does. And it's one of the best races ever. And talking through, a lot of our clients that did London this year were first timers. They'd either qualified, got through the ballot, or were running it for charity. But also a lot of them were first time marathoners. And but to the ones that haven't done London but have done others, to try and describe to them how London is different to others, you can't. And we've been having catch-up calls with all our clients since, and they're like, you're so right. Like, you just can't describe London in words. And so it means a lot. So waffling on now, as I always do. So I had to withdraw my place, and that was really hard for me to do. I debated walking it, I debated walk running it, and after advice from my physio, from my friends, from James is my coach, it was just like, what's the point in doing it? I could have potentially caused further damage to myself, could have injured myself again. I would have been out on the course for a long time if I was like walk running it or even walking it. And you know, I actually then had the best day cheering all of our runners, and it meant that actually I would like take yourself back from it, Katie, and just actually support the running hub. And yeah, that was the best decision I made. But it's reignited the fire that I want to get back on that London start line. So because I haven't done a marathon since 2019, I had a place for good for age, I can't defer it. And the cut-off for 2022 is, or was, the London Just Gone. So next year is out for me, unless I manifest getting a place somehow. Charity, through like a brand, let's manifest it, guys. Let's see if it happens. No, when you manifest, you don't say, let's see. It's going to happen. I'm going to be on that start line for London 2022. That's how you manifest. But also we get married next September. So when I heard that the date had changed to October, I was like, well, actually, maybe it's a blessing in a sense that I don't want to marathon train and sort of get ready for the wedding. Not that it will be stressful, but it will be a lot. And also want to enjoy the wedding and the week away that we have with it, and not be like, oh, I've got to do a 20 miler around the time of the wedding. I've got to do my peak training. I want to fully enjoy the few weeks around that. So here's the goal, here's the plan. So in the spring, I'm not sure which marathon yet, but I'm going to do a marathon, and I'm going to try to run a sensible good for age. Good for age for me is under 3:45. Normally you need to give yourself a buffer, so basically target will be under 3:40. Now if training goes well, I probably could hit 3:30 by April. However, let's just see how training goes, and the target right now is to run a sensible good for age that is fairly comfortable. Obviously a marathon isn't really comfortable, but let's try and basically earn that good for age time back and get myself on that start line for 2023. And then in the summer, try the big half is apparently in September next year. So basically try and get my half time down, and again, prove that I can go sub 90. So yeah, big goals for next year. I'm sure there'll be some other dotted races in between, but putting it out there, and that's kind of my targets and my goals. So join me from now until April, marathon pending. And let's get that good for age back. Let's show, I wouldn't say the world, but let's show me, like, I'm only doing this for me, that I can get that good for age back, and I want to be on that start line in London in 2023 because I have earned my place there. If I get a place in 2022 for another reason, so be it. But 2023, I want to be back on that start line because I have put the work in and I deserve to be there. So there we are. I can't believe I've been talking now for just over 9 minutes. So sorry this is a long intro, but I will show you some other stuff that's going on this week. And then yeah, weekly videos or bi-weekly videos from now on, letting you know what we've been getting up to. So yeah, I'm back, I'm re-energized, I'm so pumped for this now, and I will, in the next few weeks, talk about what training is going to look like over the next few months and how it's going to shape up, because I won't be going into like a marathon training plan yet, but this will be the first phase of getting me ready for the marathon training block. So, see you later. So hello and good morning from a sunny Reading. So today is the 6th of November, I think, 6th or 7th, I'll look that up. And we are here for the Reading Half Marathon. This is a really big race. The race entry limit is like 19,500, so really big kind of race, which is really good. If you want to be in with a field, it's meant to be a flat course, goes out into the town centre, and I'm here to cheer on James. It's just him and I today here. I'm going to bring you along today, and hopefully he has a good, nice, strong run. It's just a stepping stone, so no sort of like real target today, but his strategy is to try and work into the run and get faster as he goes on. So yeah, I'm going to see where I can get on the course, but it finishes in the stadium. James, how you feeling? What's the target today?
13.1 miles.
Yeah, and?
Strong run.
Is that it? That it? So, in a bit of a predicament. The stadium's back there. This is about mile 12 on the course, and I'm walking back to see if I can see James at about mile 8. Now, if I see him up here, then I might not see him at the finish. Wish I had like a scooter or a bike or something that could help me get around today, because it's not really an easy course to cheer on. But then I'm thinking, would he rather some support out on the course? Would be nice to see him across the finish line, but I don't know. I'm just gonna keep walking for a bit and then just see, and maybe hope on the way back that I can find some form of transport to get me back to the stadium. Yeah, so this bit is like between mile 11 and 12, and there's like no supporters here, and apparently it's just literally like a mile straight, so maybe he would want some support at this point in the race rather than just to see him finish and cross the line. But let's do it, let's commit, let's go and see him out on the course. So I've just seen him at mile 10. Jacket's come off, I've been walking around for ages now, so I'm like sweating. He went through 10 miles in, I think, about 1 hour. I'm trying to work it out. He went past at 11:22, so 1 hour and 7 minutes. So I'm hoping he has a good strong last couple of miles. He looked fairly comfortable still, he put his thumbs up towards me. So I'm hoping that he can still get under the 1:30 mark. So yeah, if he went through in about 1:07, might have been 1:06 because of the start time. Depends when he went over the, yeah, 1:06. Oh god, yeah, 24 minutes for the last 5k, so hopefully he has a good strong run. Should be on for an alright finish. I'm definitely going to miss him at the end, walking up all this way. I've walked for a couple of miles, yeah, because I walked all the way up to mile 10, so I'm just walking back now. Definitely going to miss him, but never mind. Just hope that that little cheer helped him out. Saw a few other people, saw my dad's friend. His name's John, but they call him Charlie, and I shouted John for some reason. It was just, you know when you panic, you see someone you know and you panic. I was like, John! And then called my dad and he was like, just shouted Charlie. But I think he saw me, and hopefully he appreciated the cheers. So yeah, just gonna walk back. Definitely get my steps in today and see James at the finish. But look, like every layer has come off. I've got 2 layers under this hoodie, sweating. How'd you get on then, James?
1:27.19.
Happy?
Yeah, kind of plan B, not plan A, but executed at plan, I think. Fast 5k, about 19:10, 19:15.
That's good.
Started my 5k race 2 weeks ago.
How was the course?
A lot hillier, twistier.
But where's the medal? We got a nice little goodie bag.
It's heavy, but it's a good bag.
Are we looking at that? Oh, look at that.
It's a bit windy as well.
Nice. Boston colours, blue and yellow. What else you got in your goodie bag? Anything for me?
I haven't even checked.
Nice little tote bag. Oh, a t-shirt. Oh, it's all probably wrapped up in there.
Yeah, that's all wrapped up rather neat.
Well done, babe. 1:27.
Paris is coming.
And there we have it, the first episode of this instalment on the lead up to Paris. As you just heard James there saying, Paris Marathon, here we come, kind of thing. We are both doing Paris on the 3rd of April, so there's lots of the running hub going to Paris, but also we've got a lot of our team going to be still staying in the UK and doing Manchester Marathon too. So let us know if you're doing either one of those, and let's just follow the journey for us both, because James is also doing Paris. It'll be the first time that we both train for the same like really big event together, and do it on the same day, because that will be interesting for us, as we both kind of like the way that we kind of like spend our race morning is quite different, and if we're both nervous, that'll be an interesting morning. But yeah, really hope that you enjoyed this. James really enjoyed Reading half, really good result for him, 1:27. Obviously that's like still about 7 minutes away from his, like 6 or 7 minutes away from his PB, but a really good stepping stone at this stage to then sort of continue forward. So yeah, look forward to sharing both of our journeys with you over the next few months leading up to April, and really looking forward to it. So next episode is going to be coming soon. We'll talk a bit more about our training, what we're going to be doing, and we've got a cross-country race coming up, and then also we've got a fair few races coming up in the next few weeks actually. Not something we'd normally recommend, but we've got a 5-mile race. We're going over to Cyprus for the half, and then we're also pacing at the winter half. So really good couple of weeks coming up. We're going to really try to build our training up over the next few weeks, and then which will allow us a recovery week kind of over Christmas, so that we can really enjoy time with friends and family. So thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you for part 2 coming soon.